folks, welcome to the Blacksmith Shop. I'm Lin Rhea for the Historic Arkansas Museum. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We've been doing a little bit of work here, and but we thought today we would share with you what we've got in the shop today. We've got a small group of guys that are here that brought some things, and we want you to see these things. So what we're going to do is just totally ad lib, and we're going to go look at the knives. Most of the things brought are a type of knife. Some of it's not, but we thought we would share with you on camera the things we've got. So these are a couple of knives that I made and a bar of Damascus that I've got underway. And these two are by Casey Marshall, who's on staff here at the museum. He just forged that to shape. And then he's got this one finished. It's a frontier style bowie with an S guard and a crown stag handle. So Casey's coming right along doing good work. We've got some other items here to look at. This is by James Stevens. He's got several pieces here that he's working on. A chef's knife, a bowie that you'll probably see again in the future. And he's got one back here that he's doing some cleanup work or something on. He's made this, and it has been made for quite some time. It's a really nice piece. It's got some features that are pretty neat, I think. That's moose horn, which has a beautiful color to it. It patinas up really nice. But we thought we'd just share some of the show and tell today. That's what we call this, show and tell. So everyone has brought some things, and normally Peter brings some of his weapons collection. Today he brought a piece of copper art, and Peter is, I think he relieves a lot of his stress making things by hammering copper, and this is some of his art. He does some other things too. Peter, if you'll share with me real quick some of the enameling, is that what you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Study?
Yeah. But these are all shapes and techniques, and there's a whole lot.
Step on in so we're out of the road noise.
This is sort of a good deal of discipline. There's a great deal of discipline involved by a lot of the shapes, and it's at a much more immediate level, especially with copper and brass, as opposed to the iron alloys.
Yeah.
But it's the same shapes too, and
yeah, it's a natural organic shape, and which is what we try to imitate. So Peter's going directly to that organic shape whenever he hammers out this copper into a natural leaf or a fern shape. So he's going directly there, and we're dancing around it a little bit when we're making a knife or a blade and using those same flowing shapes.
that's right. And there is a good deal of freedom to and immediacy to that. Making a serious blade takes a lot of work and a lot of discipline, a lot of time.
Yeah, that's true. So we see some other examples here of work. Jimmy Worden has made another one of these, the style knife that we showed a couple of weeks back. And it's a long, thin, flowing type of knife. And it has a lot of drop to it, and has this pretty recognizable shape to the handle. And so the things that we talk about here in the shop are things like, for instance, we can look at the knife and say that's really a nice knife, and it's obviously it's an ethnic derivation knife. But we break it on down. We start talking about this ferrule, and a lot of times we use things we call ferrules, but they're really spacers. This is a ferrule. This wraps around, and the actual handle comes up inside it. So it's a different arrangement, and he's going to further. This is just stuck on there. It's under construction. It's not fastened yet, so we're going to be real careful not to drop it or anything or chip it. So the way the discussion went was this system of attachment would be really nice if you poured pewter in there to fasten the blade to the handle, and it would all be contained with the handle material and this ferrule, and then you just simply finish off the top right in here. So we get to learn a lot of things based upon what history in other parts of the world is teaching us by studying their work. So that's the beauty of our show and tell. We don't limit it to just what we make ourselves or what we like or prefer ourselves. We go ahead and reach out and learn from history. So that's a good piece by Jimmy Worden. I think this is another one by Jimmy Worden, and of course you recognize the style. It's very similar to what Casey just finished. It's a skeletonized version, and we commonly refer to it as an X-ray. But Jimmy's doing some good work there, and of course James and Casey both are as well. And you see some in progress forge blades of mine. This is going to be another Bowie knife, and the difference between these two is that this has a drop choil. That's called a choil, drop choil, and this one has less of a choil, or no choil at all. So it's a different look, different style. If a person prefers that style for look or function, then it can be made this way. And if a person prefers the mass that this affords by offering the wider blade, then that's something that's an option too as well. But we learn so much here in the shop. Show and tell is one of the big things that we try to have. We really enjoy that. There's times when there will be gun cases brought in that's full of things. It may not be a gun, of course, but it may be a sword. It may be a 500-year-old sword from Europe. It's amazing the many things that we've had brought into this little shop. And we are so privileged to be in a group that's got so many varied interests and levels of education and fields in which they draw from. They draw their experience and their knowledge from. Peter is an archaeologist, and John Miller, he's not here today, but when he comes in, he usually brings an amazing array of his work. It may have quill work, bead work, it may be engraved. It's usually historically patinaed, and it looks like it's right out of the history books. So it's a great combination of people that come to the blacksmith shop. And of course, we base a lot of our work and our projects on the forged iron object, the craft, the skill of forging. We start off with that, but it leads us down different paths, and we just don't want to avoid those paths. We want to follow them and see where they go. I know that Jimmy, who again made this knife, is in making this knife. It's not quite complete. He probably would have never went down that path. I believe this is Asian or Polynesian. So he would have probably not gone down that path, but one of these was brought in, an actual historic piece was brought in, and that led to his making one or two. I think this may be his third one, but he's doing really good with it. He don't back up at anything. Mm-hmm. He tackles it, and that's what we try to do here, is encourage people to don't think about how difficult. Think about either how beautiful it is or what you learn from it. So we wanted to share that with you and kind of change things up a little bit. We do have quite a little group of guys here today, and while most of the time it's just me talking at the forge, we wanted to share the work that was brought in. And this is just a small snippet of what we have from week to week. And I hope we're able to share with you again some of the other things that's brought in from week to week too as well. We may have a specific section of the video to show such things. But anyway, we're glad you was able to join us today, and we really enjoyed having everybody here, and we hope to continue this from now on. We're going to play it by ear, but we're glad you were with us. Again, I'm Lin Rhea for the Historic Arkansas Museum. Thanks for joining us.